Hi everybody! Today I'm excited to show you all MyMaelstrom. This is a project that we've been working on off and on now for the past year, and it's finally ready to show off. Now MyMaelstrom is a time management / productivity software designed to help you get more done with your day. Now I love productivity and time management suites, and I've bought more than my fair share of applications. While a lot of them were good, they didn't have the elements that I liked, or the elements that I liked were downplayed versus what I actually needed the application to do. I needed something that was so much more than just a to-do list. I needed so much more than something that would just allow me to schedule tasks in the future. I needed to know how much time I was spending on particular tasks or projects. Being a freelancer, I tend to use these productivity suites to help me quote my projects properly. But for personal usage, I will often use them to help me with smaller, large projects. Like recently we've undergone a renovation project on our bathroom. So there's a bit of planning and preparation involved in all these things. If you're like me in any way, you'll tend to believe that you really don't have the time to do what it is you aspire to do, whether it's write the next great novel or start your own business or even organize that junk drawer that's been collecting things since God knows when. This application I found has really come in handy to help me manage my time in that respect. So today I'm going to show you how Maelstrom works, and we're going to start by creating routine tasks, and then we're going to follow up with creating a full project. A general task, I define it as something that usually takes anywhere from 5 to maybe 45 minutes to complete. It's usually a one-off, and there's no added steps attached to it. A project, in my opinion, is something that will take longer than an hour to accomplish and usually has 2 to 3 steps tied into it. An example of a project would be our bathroom renovation. An example of a general task would be getting the dishes done. Or if you're trying to build a positive habit, like maybe say you're trying to lose weight and you want to take in some exercise, maybe it'd be going for a walk for 20 minutes, half an hour, and that would go into your general tasks. So what we're going to do here is go General Tasks, Definitions. Now all of this, when you first load up the application, will be blank, but I've been using this for a bit and I've already got stuff in here. So I'm going to create a one-off task, and in this case I'm going to go fit this, and I'm going to name it exercise. Now categories are generally a broad term, and subcategories are generally smaller aspects that fit within your category. Now however you choose to set this up is completely set to your own personal preferences. So for me, exercise, my task would be a daily walk. And we'll say I'm just starting to build a habit and I'm really having a difficult time convincing myself to do a whole daily walk thing. So I'm going to say, oh, well, as long as I do 10 minutes a day, I'll be happy with that. And so I'll set it as do this task daily beginning as of today. The priority is, well, critical. I have to do this every day. Set it for 10 minutes, accept. And then you'll see that your daily walk has appeared along with the priority. So I'll select my daily walk, get started on it. Now I'm obviously not going to sit here for 10 minutes waiting for my walk to take place. So I'll spend some time discussing this. We've got here a pause button and a done button. Now they're fairly intuitive in themselves, but your pause, you have to provide a reason for pausing. This is to help you acknowledge your interrupters. So we'll say in my case, I got a phone call from my mother, and the task suddenly turns orange. This means that it's in progress pending completion. So I finished my phone call with my mother. Hopefully she'll leave me alone for a while and I can resume my task. Once I've completed the task, I hit done. Now, say I want to make changes to my existing chore. So I'm going to go into fitness, exercise, daily walk. Okay, I no longer want to do 10 minutes. I want to do 20 minutes. Accept. and then it'll show up tomorrow as a to-do item because I've completed it today. Now if you want to review your completed tasks, you click on General Tasks, Completed, and you can look at everything you've accomplished today, yesterday, this week, last week, up to this month. So we're going to look at that. Look, I did the dishes, my daily walk. I paused for 30 seconds. So this is all the kind of information you would see in your report. Next, we'll establish a project. So we have access to the same categories and subcategories as our previous, as the general task. It uses all the same database. So it just makes things really easy to find. So we're going to set up a new project. We're going to call it Renovations. And I'm going to create a subcategory. It's for the house. And the project itself is the bathroom. So we'll set the project to start today. And we expect it to finish. We'll be ambitious here. I figure it'll take a week. And it's important. Then you can go in and start creating your milestones. You need to gut the bathroom. That might take, I figure maybe about 8 hours. It's important. Lay down new tiles. I'll take. Now I've never done this before in my life, so for those of you who know better, these numbers will look off. The same could be said for any project, really. If it's the first time doing it, you have absolutely no idea how long it'll actually take, which is why we actually have this here, is to help you really think about how much time something should actually take you. And then when you've completed your task, it'll pull up that dialog box telling you how much time you actually spent. So that way you can acknowledge that, okay, well, I figured laying down new tiles would take 4 hours, but in actuality it took 6. So that way when you decide to renovate the bathroom again, you go, okay, well, I need 6 hours. Now I've decided on a whim, oh yeah, maybe I should do some research first and see how much this stuff is actually going to cost me. So, research prices. Now, I might end up going to a shop to research in person, or I might do some research on the internet. I figure with all the running around, maybe about 4 hours total. Now, I don't view it as important. I figured, like any other person, I'll just wing it. If I have the money, I have the money. If I don't, well, there's always credit cards. So I decide, well, this should be my first priority, so I'm going to start by sorting the tasks, select the item I want sorted, and move it at the top. And it pushed everything else down, so that way everything remains in order. I'm done sorting. Now we do have another feature in here. Say I don't want to add trim. We've decided to go against it. You can actually select the one that you want to get rid of, and then click on the delete button, and it'll get rid of it. Done sorting, your project is ready to go. So now we're ready to start our project. So our project appears here. So when we click start, we have all of our milestones here. So I'm going to start with research prices. Now I decided on a whim that there are certain items that I need to find prices for, like the tiles. So I'm going to add that to items. All that there. So if I decide, well, I'm going to go to the store right now and go do this, I can just go print list and click here, send it to my printer, and I'll have my shopping list, which is handy. In the meantime, say I decide I don't want to paint the walls myself. The smell of the paint makes me nauseous and I just can't be anywhere around it. So I'll end up adding a note there to call painters for quotes. note. And I might do something like Mr. Painter's fee is $50 an hour. I have no idea how much a painter actually costs, but we're assuming that I'll do the research and I'll put in all the different quotes in here. So that way I have some sort of reference. Maybe I'll include the phone number as well, which would actually come in handy. So I'll start these guys up to show you how it all comes together later. So just like our general task, we have the pause button and the done button, but we also have the stop button. Now the pause button should be used when you intend on actually getting back to the project. So you might pause the project, as I stated before. You maybe got a phone call, you wanted to make some tea, silly things like that. And again, your reason for pausing is brought up specifically to make you acknowledge what your interrupter is. Oh, I desperately need a tea. Okay. And then it deactivates the task. And then you've come back after you've made your tea or coffee, and you hit resume. But say for example, you've hit a dead end, you can't actually continue on the project at all today, you would click stop and then it would deactivate. So we're going to click done on this one. Took 2 minutes to complete that. Oh my god, we're so speedy. And then painting walls just got done. Lay down new tiles. We're going to resume this. That was done. Took 4 minutes there. Done that. And done that. Alright. So we've completed our project. Now we just have to list this as done. Yes, we've completed it. And it'll give you the total time that the project took. That's the quickest bathroom renovation ever. And then if you want to see more information about your projects, you can always go here, pull up your projects, and view details. And tell you exactly how long you spent on each task. And it'll also pull up your notes for each one for reference. And your task items. And that's all there is to it. And that in a nutshell is MyMaelstrom. You can find a free 30-day trial download available at www.mymaelstrom.ca.